So if your mom is my mom and my dad is your dad and we're both born on October 11th, then you and I are like sisters. Sisters. Hallie, we're like twins.
We are fraternal twins, and I'm Jonas.
And I'm Jared.
I'm Tracy. And I'm Stacy. We're identical.
They only mistake me for him. They always call him by his real name, but they always call me Jared, and I really don't get it.
It's weird.
Yeah. Sometimes it kind of gets on my nerves, but you get used to it.
I'm fine with it.
Oh my God. Time. Like, if I had a penny for every time someone called me Tracy, I'd be a billionaire. I would never have to work again. It's so, it's annoying. Like, really bad.
We play football, basketball, and lacrosse together, and then at recess, we usually do stuff together.
Everything. We do swimming, football managing, everything. Shopping, homework, we do it all together.
He did a play without me, and then I can't really think. Oh, and then
Oh yeah.
I think I was in the spelling bee and he wasn't in it. That's about it. That's all I can think of. It's right now.
Okay.
We have different personalities, so like I gotta be like drawing or hanging out, and she gotta be doing like something girly that I don't want to do. Wow. I'm offensive. I'm not a big on shopping, and she like loves it, so.
Yes. We had. Okay, you got it.
So yes, we do. We have one sister. We have two brothers, Jama and Josh.
We don't. It's kind of weird to talk to them about like school and stuff, but like with him, I can just tell him like anything.
Yeah.
You fight sometimes. You're friends sometimes.
Yeah. We have a brother who's a senior. Jason and I don't get along at all, but Tracy and Jason get along really well. I'm like the middle ground. Like, me and my brother are really close, and me and my sister are really close. I'm kind of like in the middle of both.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, but sometimes I'll like side with someone else.
So it's kind of like when we fight, we're both mad, but when we're like sometimes I'm mad at him, but he's not mad at me, and you know it can go both ways.
Anger. Oh my God, yes, it's ridiculous. When she cries, there's nothing you can do to stop it. I cry. One time at swimming, she was about to do breaststroke for the first time at a swimming, and she was so nervous, and I could tell, and I got so nervous. Like, I felt like I was up there on the block. It was horrible. I thought I was going to like throw up. I was so nervous because she was swimming. When she's mad, I know it. But when I'm mad, she knows it. We kind of have each other's feelings. People call it twin telepathy. Yeah, or like we'll finish each other's sentences. People are like, "Oh, you guys are magic or something."
So
we're like,
cool.
"No, it's twin telepathy."
Sometimes they'll get on my nerves. Like, you don't get special privileges. Like, we have to share a phone, and you know I don't really like that. But sometimes I love being a twin because you're never alone.
Sometimes not. You know, it's kind of like sometimes you get mad at him, sometimes you don't. You know, so there's ups and downs to it. The opposite of it is he can always help me with my work. He always is there for me when I need help, and he's just a good brother.
Depends on the day. You have to like share a lot of things, and like you can't do something unless she gets to do it too. So sometimes it's annoying. Depends on the day. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. There's just There's not really a middle ground there.
Probably always having a friend.
My favorite part of being a twin is probably just having a person that you're always with. Like, I could never imagine being an only child. Like, that just is like a nightmare.
Never being alone. Like, sometimes you just don't, I mean, I can be alone if I want to be alone, but, like, I always have that person I can talk to, and I can always be with her and just hanging and chilling. I'm never alone, like, ever. Sometimes when my friends go, you know, they're like, oh, will you come to the mall with me, or will you talk to me, I have no one to talk to, or will you do this with me, I have no one to do this with.
You don't always get the same privileges as when you're you're the only person in your grade level. You don't always get the same privileges.
The worst part about having a twin is fighting, because there's the good one and there's the bad one, and the good one is the one that always wins the fights, and I'm the bad one.
People compare us, or people think that just because we're twins that we like the same things, or that we're the same person. You're never alone. Sometimes I just like to sit down in a nice quiet corner, curl up with my book and read, and like I sit down and read. I read a couple pages, and next thing I know, she comes running in, sitting on my lap. Hey, Stacey, what are we gonna do today? I'm never alone.
He's artistic, and he likes video games and comics and stuff, and I'm kind of the one that likes sports, and I like to read like him, but that's the big difference. I like sports, and he doesn't really pay attention to it.
The biggest difference is that he's kind of the brains, you know, and I'm kind of the tough, you could say. So he wins the spelling bee, and I do other stuff. I don't know what I do. I do stuff.
I'm way more of a tomboy than Stacey. I'm really like sports, and I like to be independent, and everybody says I'm meaner because I have more anger issues than her. So I'm a lot more aggressive, and she doesn't really know how to stick up for herself. So I kind of feel like sometimes I'm a big sister. Personality-wise, I'd say Tracy is more of a tomboy and I'm a girly girl. But other than that, I'd say there's not a lot of differences. Like, if you've spent a day with us, you can definitely tell which one's which. You know, we're a bit different. You know, we have different personalities, I'd say. But I'm more adventurous. I like to go out and do things. I like to explore the world, and she doesn't.
Probably my best friend, because I'm with him so much, and then I like to be with him.
I'd probably consider him to be my best friend, because like I had said before, he's always there for me, and he can always help me with stuff.
Even if we have a really mean fight and say horrible things to each other, which we do, we don't have to apologize, because then 5 minutes later we're totally fine and we're just talking again. You know, we could say the meanest things to each other, and 5 minutes later we'll be totally fine. We don't have to apologize or anything to each other. We're fine. We're over it. She is definitely my best friend. She's the one person that I can count on. Your friends you get in a fight with, or they blow you off, or just something happens and they irritate you. And if my sister irritates me, that's one thing, but it's different when a friend irritates you. And she's definitely my other half.
Well, for us, we didn't know that they were twins until I was halfway through my pregnancy, because I had a midwife and they just never did an ultrasound. And so we had a test come back positive for a birth defect, like a really serious birth defect. So we were really scared. And it turned out when I went to have the ultrasound to check what was wrong with the baby, that the reason why it was wacky was because there were 2 babies. So it was actually, we were so excited because we were really scared that something was wrong with number 4, and then we found out that 4 and 5 were perfectly healthy, and that was the reason why the test came back. Well, they're number 4 and 5, so it's kind of crazy in general at our house. But I think what's different is they always have each other. You know, they have their own little language. They have their own connection. They're never lonely. It's not that the other kids necessarily were, but it's different when you're the only one in the grade. You're the only one doing certain things. They always have a partner. Well, they're really different, but I think the one similarity they have is that really sweet heart. They have a really, really good heart. Okay. And so they know how to be good friends. Well, they're night and day. I mean, you saw them. So one's this much taller than the other. One is super creative, super artistic, super engineering, build things, make things, musical, and he's a good athlete. And then the other one doesn't like any of those things except for sports. I mean, he loves sports, and he really loves people. So this one would rather play with Legos and make little things and can spend hours and hours doing that, and this one would much rather be, Jonas would much rather be with everybody. So, I mean, they're radically different. Most people don't even know they're twins. They're so connected. It's crazy. You know, and they've always been together when they were born. You know, they were in the same little bassinet facing each other, and then they were in the same crib, and then they were in their, 2 cribs in the same room, and, so they've always, now they're in 2 twin beds, in the same room, shared a room, but they have their own thing going. I mean, you'll just watch them, and they're like sitting there talking to each other, and they pick up on each other's vibes. So when one is weak in an area, the other one will take care of it. Naturally, they won't go, do you need me to do that? Like, they'll just do it. And Jonas does it a little bit more for Jared, just because he's probably a little bit more focused on helping and caretaking, but Jared does it for Jonas too. It's like they just sort of, it's this yin and yang thing that they have. Well, I mean, they started out exactly the same size, 6.5 pounds, and but they always looked a little different. I mean, they looked really similar too when they were born. It was a little bit hard to tell them apart, but over time it was really clear that they were fraternal. They were not identical. But, well, Jared is about almost probably 4 inches taller, just has a different body type than Jonas. So when he shot up, and so physically that's right off the bat. Jonas has glasses. He had glasses starting when he was 3. So that's always been a unique physical thing that he's had that makes him a little bit different.